What's going on, guys? It's Marguerite here, and today we got a kind of a problem here, guys. Because today we got another toy review, as with yours truly, as always. Now, normally, as you guys know, I'd have the camera facing towards the product in question, but I got a problem here, guys. I got like 5 different things I got to review today. So this is going to be a huge toy review because just today, I just finally got my chance for the last month to finally get out and get some stuff for, shopping and such. So today, yeah, it's going to be a huge review, guys. I'm very excited. So without further ado, let's spin this camera around and let's get started. Starting with the first new product for today, Dragonoid Infinity. Yes, this is the brand new big boy Bakugan for Bakugan 2020. I am excited. This came out just today, I believe. Just launched, and I'm pretty happy to get this. Now, it's kind of funny to get this figure the way I did, because normally I would get this like as like a school present from my parents. But now it's kind of weird getting something like this as just a casual purchase, where I just go in the store and I'm like, oh, Dragonoid Infinity? I'll take that. So here he is in his box, Dragonoid Infinity. Let's get a close look at Dragonoid Infinity through the box. It's hard to see because of the plastic, but let me put the hand there. So, but yeah, check that out. I mean, he looks absolutely fantastic in the box. Right there, we have the big Dragonoid Infinity logo. We have Dragonoid X Auxiliator in the corner there. I'm going to explain that guy in a moment. We got some brand new Bakugear, brand new Bakucore, and brand new gimmick where you can put Bakugan inside of Dragonoid Infinity, which has been around to the side of the box. Side of the box, we got a nice Armored Alliance logo, and we have another gimmick here. Bakugan inserts into arms, legs, and inside chest gimmick. Woo, exciting! Anyway, moving on to the back, we have powered up Dragonoid Infinity, launch Bakugan into battle, and infinite ways to play with the new Bakugear. So, and then we got a nice CG render of the character on there, and he looks awesome. Much cooler than Dragonoid Maximus, without a doubt. But anyway, with that being said, oh, and I almost forgot. We also have Dragonoid X Auxiliator up there, which, again, I'm going to explain this whole name right here, because this is what's called one of the new Baku Fusion figures, which I'm going to explain what those are in just a moment, because I got another one of those just off screen right there. Anyway, without further ado, let's crack this boy open, and let's see how cool he is, and we will compare him to Dragonoid Maximus, of course, because it wouldn't be a fair review to not review the last big boy Bakugan they released, that being Dragonoid Maximus, of course. Which, if you guys remember that guy, oof, he was a big one. But I'm curious to see how big Infinity's going to be, because he might actually be bigger than Maximus. We'll see. Anyway, gotta get my fancy snips. Gotta cut open the box. And then we're going to take this bad boy out. And I am pretty excited, guys, to see what this guy's going to be like. Because I believe, if I remember correctly, I think he's supposed to have lights and sounds. I'm fairly certain he does. I have no idea. I think he does. I think so. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. Either way, we'll figure all that out once we actually get him out of the box. God, why is there so much tape on this guy? Ah, there we go. Okay, sorry I'm kind of opening him up off camera. It's just, there's a lot of cutting to do here. Lots of tape, lots of little snips, lots of little things that could get broken. So I want to be careful here when opening this guy up. Hey, what's going on, Hot Racer? What's going on? And what's going on, Mr. Dodo? Welcome to the stream. Michael has an Italian face. He looks like a better Mario. Oh my god. Oh boy. Already with the Mario jokes. Anyway. Come on! Okay. Dragonoid Infinity is not coming out of the box very well, is he? Come on! Jeez, I have to literally tear him out of this box. Good. There we go. Alright. So here out of the box here, just out of the main cage, we can see Dragonoid Infinity there. So let's get him opened up. Alright, let's get the rest of them opened. It's a Toy Story alien with a master what? With a mater costume, not master. What the heck? I can't read. Anyway, snip off these little dents on his chest. Okay, if I could just get around them. Of course, it's hard to do because it's such a tight little box. There we go. All right, come on, be free, my Dragonoid Infinity. Be free. Be free to share your awesomeness with the world. Anyway. Enough of my silly commentary. Okay, now we have to snip around his head. Oh, God. Okay, there's so many little snips. Jeez. How many little rubber bands do I need to cut? Good God. Okay. One more. Okay. Is that all? Yep, he's coming out. Oh, oh god. Oh god. Okay. Hey, buddy. You are huge. Alright. Alright, so we got Dragonoid Infinity out. Alright. And then we gotta get the little shieldy thing out. If I can do that. Come on. Okay. What's going on in here? Oh, his wings are in the back. I didn't even see that. Why are his wings in the back? Kidding me? What is that? Alright. God. Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. These are multiple pieces. Okay. That's why it was so hard to get out, because it's multiple pieces. I thought I was breaking the thing. Nope. It's supposed to do that. Okay. So let's get this all out of the box. Okay. This is... Sorry for the noises, guys, but this is really hard to get out. He does not want to get out. Be free! Be free! Good God. Okay. I think I got everything out now. I think. Oh, wait. Nope, I haven't. I haven't. Scratch that. Scratch that one, Chief. There's a little bit more I need to get out. Okay. Is he rubber banded in? No. Oh, yes, he is. I'm stupid. He is rubber banded in. There we go. Oh, crap. Dropping things. Things are just falling apart right now. This is great. Okay, just a little bit more of this box to open up. There we go. Okay, his wings are in the back, so we just have to snap those on, I think. If I can actually get him out of the box here. Some of you guys are just kind of looking at his, lower torso right now, but, I'll fix that in just a moment. Pop the camera up. Makes it a bit better. Okay, a little bit more snipping to do. And he should be good. Okay. I think we have everything out. I think. Is that everything? Is that everything? Gotta make sure. Is that everything? Nope. There is something at the bottom. Of course. One Bakugan? Are you kidding me? That's cheap. One Bakugan. Come on, Spin Master. You give me a little more. Anyway, so let's cut that out. Okay, we have an instruction booklet, which I'm not going to read because I already know what this guy does because YouTube. Anyway, and internet. So, not going to bother with that. Okay, so let's get this sucker opened up. There we go. And then there's a... Is that a card? Looks like a card in here. Okay. Again, I'm sorry that I'm not really showing what I'm looking at here because obviously you need to actually open this guy up. And it's kind of hard to film and so you guys can see what I'm seeing at the same time because I thought I was just going to bump the camera over or something. Either way, okay. After a pretty solid few minutes of finagling, I think I finally got him out. So let me put the wings on Dragonoid Infinity real quick, and then we'll take a better look at what we get here. There we go. Snap on the wings, and there we go. Alright, so here he is. This is Dragonoid Infinity. There he is, in all of his glory. Now, sadly, I think he doesn't have lights and sounds. That's actually a letdown. He has no lights and sounds. Okay, does his tail move? Oh, do I have to put something inside of him? I think. Oh, do I have to put the figure inside of him? Okay, maybe I should actually read the instructions. There we go. Read the instructions, you stupid. Read the instructions. Maybe then you'll learn something. Okay, let's pop open these instructions and let's see what we do. Okay, so I guess, actually, let's move Dragonoid Infinity out of the way real quick. Let's actually show off the figure first. Here we go. So here he is, guys. This is Dragonoid X Auxiliator, guys. So let me open him up a little bit more. There we go. So here he is. Now, quick explanation of why this figure exists. This is one of the new Baku Fusion figures. Which, as you guys know, well, actually you don't know, Baku Fusion's the brand new gimmick for Armored Alliance now, for the next season or so, or the next, couple episodes of the show. It's basically pretty simple. Two Bakugan get fusioned together into one figure. In this case, this is Dragonoid with a fusion of Auxiliator, a Aurelus armored dragon-like thing. And as you guys can see, he is very nicely detailed, actually. Let's get a close look at him. Very nicely detailed. I do like the gold on him. He does have some very nice molding. Nice gold on the chest. Nice gold on the arms. Very nice details going on the legs. Do quite like that, with his toes nicely picked out there in the black. Moving on to his back, we have nice details going on for his tail. And nice gold for the wings. And as you guys can see, because it's a Baku Fusion, it now has two different factions now. It has Pyrus on one wing and then Aurelus on the other. which again looks very, very cool. Now, for comparison real quick, let me actually get my standard Ultra Dragonoid into frame here for comparison. Just so you guys can see how different he is compared to the brand new Dragonoid for this season. So let me just grab him. Okay, there we go. Kind of have him off screen here. Let me just get him in there. Okay, so here are the two figures, right there. So you guys can see just how nice these two look together. They're quite nice. As you can see, Dragonoid X Auxiliator is way more busy than Dragonoid here. And also, for some reason, a lot shorter, and the wings are a lot bigger, but bigger in all the wrong ways. Like, why are they spiking out sideways? Why aren't they going out, like, lengthwise? I don't understand that. But hey, I guess, you know, uniqueness, I guess. But there you go. So, and as you guys could see off, well, as you guys saw in the box maybe, if you could actually see it, I have no idea if that actually picked up, there is some Baku gear that comes with this guy, which we will take a look at actually right now. First, let me pop open the instructions to make sure I can actually put them together. Okay, so let's see, because apparently there's some building I need to do here. Yep, there is some construction involved. Okay, so we have that. Alright, then we need to put this on here. Okay, and then we do the little... Okay. Oh, okay, I see what I'm doing. Okay, so we put those in like this. Okay. So with this Bakugan, we get this neat-looking sword and shield kind of aesthetic going on. Which, I don't know what it is with this year and sword and shields being like the big thing. First it was Pokemon, now it's Bakugan doing it. Okay, so let me show that off. This can be used with Dragonoid Infinity. So here's the shield right there. Actually quite small, especially compared to Dragonoid X Auxiliator. Much, much smaller than I thought it was going to be. And then we get this big friggin' sword. All in black plastic, translucent black plastic. Looks quite nice. Now again, next to Auxiliator, significantly bigger than him, but still, or Dragonoid X Auxiliator, my apologies. But still, quite nice. Do like that. Alright, so let's get into Dragonoid Infinity, shall we? So he has a transformation gimmick, as to be expected. Now the question is, how do I do it? Let me look at the instructions here. Okay, so looking at the instructions, it looks like we spin him around like that. Looking at his backside, and it seems like we fold the wings up. Okay, so it's like we just take the wings and we just fold them back. Okay, hang on. 1 second. Let me make sure I'm not breaking this guy. Seems like we just fold him back, the wings back. Why aren't they folding? Okay. This is weird. Why aren't the wings folding? Did I mess him up? Hang on. Let me look at the instructions to make sure that's right. Oh, okay. I was doing it right. It's just I need to... Oh, okay. There's little clicks there. Okay, so you're supposed to fold the wings forward. Okay, so it's supposed to be like that. And then they snap into the back like that. Okay, so this is his kind of closed up form. Oh, and then there's a button here you press and it flips his chest in. Let me move the camera up. There you go. So you can see that's supposed to be him in his closed state, apparently. And then apparently also you can move the arms, apparently, as well. So you can move the arms up, kind of articulate those. Okay. And then this is supposed to be his closed up form. Which, again, let's actually bring in the original Dragonoid Maximus to compare. I'm sorry that this review is not as good as it really should be, but this is kind of rushed since I literally just got home from the store, so I am a bit in a rushed kind of mood right now. But either way, there you have the two figures right there. Yeah, Dragonoid Maximus looks a lot better closed than Infinity back there. Lot better. Alright, so the whole gimmick now, let's get into the whole gimmick with this guy, which is supposed to be his launching function. So apparently what the instructions are saying here is that you put a Bakugan inside of him and it's supposed to launch it out of the toy, which I guess that's where Dragonoid X Auxiliator comes in. So let's close him up and let's see if we can make him launch. Let's see. If, of course, I can actually close him up, that is, which I have no idea how to do that. Let's see if there's any closing up instructions on the back. Yes, there is instructions. Cool, okay. Oh, okay, this is... Oh, alright. This is complicated. Alright, so we fold his legs up like... Okay. And then we do this with his tail, and then we fold the wings down? What is happening? Okay, this is going all over the place. I have no clue what I'm doing at all. At all here, clearly. You can clearly tell by the confused noises I'm making. Oh, okay, that's how this works. Okay, and then you close the back? Up like that? Oh, okay. Then we close them up like that. Okay, that's him. That's Dragonoid X Auxiliator closed up. There you go. There he is in his ball form. Quite nice. And I should state that he is an Ultra. He is an Ultra class, or an Ultra version. But yeah, not really class, but like an Ultra version of the character. So, quite dig that. Alright, so now let's get into the whole launching function, which again, I'm going to need to move the camera again because my other tripod is not going to work well for this. That's why I'm kind of just moving it with my hand so you guys can see what's going on. So, first thing we can do is, I guess we'll just demonstrate putting him in his arms first, since that's kind of the easy part. So as you guys can see on Dragonoid Infinity, we do have these little holes in his arms, which apparently you can put Bakugan into, just like that. You can push them in, and they'll lock right into the arms. So you can kind of use them like a storage system. That's interesting. Take an Auxiliator Dragonoid out, Dragonoid Auxiliator out, we can also put him in the legs, which you can push him in like that. Now, actually, let's grab some more Bakugan, and let's actually put them all in there. And actually, let's get some Battle Planet figures as well. Because let's see if they fit. Let's see. So, let's grab some other figures. I'm going to grab Core Dragonoid. I'm going to grab Pegatrix, I guess. And let's grab Nilius. Yeah, Nilius, of course, because I like Nilius. There we go. Alright, so let me get all the cores on frame here so we can see all of them in their glory. So see, there we have those three, and then we have Battle Planet Dragonoid right there. And let's see if they're going to fit inside. So let's start off with the arms here. Yes, Battle Planet Bakugan do fit. Okay, so that answers that question. They do work. Now let's try with an Ultra. Let's see if Ultras will fit. Because if the Armor Alliance Ultras can fit, then most certainly a Battle Planet Ultra should work. So let's try Ultra Dragonoid. Let's try him. In this case, Hyper Dragonoid, because he's a little bit rounder, so let's see if he'll fit. Yep, he fits. He works. Hey, what's going on, Metro729? Welcome to the toy review. How are you doing? So, just taking a look at Dragonoid Infinity here, one of the newest Bakugan to come out this year. Pretty exciting stuff. So, please stick around to the end of the review because I got some Beyblades to review at the end. But anyway, so let's put in these guys now. So let's put in Core Dragonoid. Let's see if he works. Yep, he fits. Let's try Nilius. Darkest Core Nilius, of course. Snap him in. There we go. Snaps in like that. And then lastly, we have Pegatrix. So let's put her in. Now, she's always a pain to close because her wings are so massive, and the way that she kind of just smushes all into her ball form makes her very difficult to transform. But there you go, guys. So there we have her all loaded up with some Bakugan. So we have Dragonoid there, Pegatrix there, then we have the new Dragonoid X Auxiliator right there, and then we have Nilius right there. So that's what he looks like with all 4 Bakugan locked into his arms. Now let's take out Auxiliator real quick here, Dragonoid X Auxiliator, and let's see if we can actually do the launching gimmick. That's his main thing. Is you're supposed to have him in this configuration, which, how I did that is basically you take the figure, which if I open him back up like this, and move his chest plate, and get him to close back up. There we go. There you go, snap him into place like that. There's a little switch right here, and if you pull this switch right here forward, cocks the head back. There we go. And then what you're supposed to do now is it says you're supposed to take the Bakugan, and you're supposed to open up this flap right here, and you're supposed to fit the Bakugan right inside there, I think it says. I think it's like that. Yeah, and then you're supposed to, like, close it, and then it's supposed to, like, open him up? Okay, that's weird. So then you're supposed to fold his head down, it seems like. Yeah, fold the head down, and then the wings are supposed to open up. Didn't do it right. Hang on. Dang it. Well, there's a launching gimmick. There you go. Push the thing, and then it's supposed to launch him out. But we're supposed to open him up first before we do that. So can we actually get that to work? Do we have to put it in a certain way? I think, yeah, you kind of just fit him in there like that, and you like push it in there. Okay, and it's supposed to open him. Okay, there we go. Alright, so that's supposed to open him up. Oh, the tail's a manual. Okay, so it says here the tail's a manual open. It's not spring-loaded. Okay. So let's move his arms back down. Let's put those back down like that. And then let's do the whole launching gimmick now. So you press the switch again, it's supposed to launch the Bakugan. Let's give it some space, that way it'll work. There we go. See, it launches and opens the Bakugan. There you go. And can we do this with Battle Planet figures? Let's try Core Dragon. Let's bring him back in and let's see if he opens. Slot him in the chest. Okay, that works. Pop him back in the chest. Pull the switch, and it's supposed to do the thing. Okay. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, there we go. All right, so then you slap that back like that. There you go. Okay. So I think that's mostly that. Okay, so there's that gimmick out of the way. Now apparently there's some other gimmicks you can do with Dragonoid X Auxiliator. So I guess I'll move him out of frame here, and then we're gonna get him into. We're gonna get the minifigure into frame. So there we have Dragonoid X Auxiliator back in frame, and let's go get the Bakugear. Oh, also let's show off the Bakugear inside the on him first, actually. Let's move him back into frame. Okay. So there is Dragonoid Infinity there, and let's get him armored up here. So it seems like you put the sword in his hand, like that. Or, how does this go? Oh, it pegs into his hand. Okay, so you peg it into his hand. Okay. Ugh. Okay, this is quite a tight fit. Hang on. Alright, let's see. Jeez, how tight of a fit is this? Good God. Okay. There we go. Okay, so that's him now with the sword. So we got the sword in his hand. And then we have to put in the shield, which goes like this, I think? How's it go? How's the shield work? Okay, so you have to have it folded back up. Alright, so fold it back up, and then snap it into his hand. Peg it in there. Alright. Okay, this is going to be difficult to line up. There we go. Just push that in. Like that. There you go. Okay. So now we have Dragonoid Infinity with his sword and with his shield. Again, I have to say, these are much smaller than the advertisements made them out to be. They made them out to be huge, but he's actually rather small. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, compared to Dragonoid Maximus, which let's bring him in and let's open him up. Let's actually open him up real quick, so that way we can have comparison with him. There we go. Oh, God. There we go. So, next to Dragonoid Maximus, which let me get him opened up. Oh, God, I have to clean up my background here, too, because it's getting all messy. So, yeah, compared to these guys, compared to Dragonoid Maximus, I mean, he's much smaller. Look at that. I mean, compared to him, he's much smaller. I mean, they're around the same size. I mean, head-wise, as you guys can see, they're relatively about the same size. It's just obviously no lights and sounds, which is a bummer. And, I mean, the gimmick is a lot more interesting than Maximus. Maximus just had lights and sounds, which on mine don't work anymore for some dumb reason. But either way, yeah, so this one doesn't have lights and sounds, but I do like the launching gimmick, though. So I kind of like that. And plus, you can hold the Bakugan, as you can see, in his arms and legs, which obviously on this one, you could really just put one Bakugan on his back. So, yeah, that's kind of a letdown, gotta admit. But you know what? They both look really cool together, I will say that. I mean, they both look great, so. Oh yeah, you can see my Samuses in the background. Yeah, I have Sticky Tack holding them up, so there you go. Anyway, let's get Maximus out of the frame here, and let's look into the gimmicks of Dragonoid Auxiliator now. Now we'll actually look into that. And then next up, we're going to take a look at a multi-pack I got at Target, because that's where I got these figures. So I probably should have mentioned that. I got this figure and the other things you're going to see in this review at Target. You know, obviously I'm not sponsored by Target. That's very obvious. But I just want to let you guys know where I got these figures. So if you guys want to go out and get them yourselves, if you guys can get out of the house, that is, with COVID going on, then definitely pick these figures up. I recommend them. because they are great. Sure, my videos, I'm not exactly making these figures out as well as good as they really should be, but gotta say, these are some pretty good figures. So let's get back the instruction booklet here, and let's see what Dragonoid and Dragonoid X Auxiliator can do. And where did I put him? Oh, he's over here. Alright, so let's get the big guy out of the frame, and let's put in the small guy. Alright, so back here with Dragonoid X Auxiliator, as to be expected. And we can now use Bakugan with him. In this case, the sword and, well, the sword and the shield. We can use those with this figure. So, just go look at the instructions real quick, and I'm going to see how you utilize them with the figure. Alright, so starting with the shield here, apparently you can make different weapons with this guy. So, I guess we're just going to start off with, oh wait, hang on. Wait. There's actually one more thing you can actually do with Dragonoid Infinity. Apparently you can give him some kind of giant Bakugan here, which, let's see how that works. Let's actually do that first, before we actually look at Auxiliator's gimmicks. So apparently you have to take the shield, okay, and you open it up, which I have no idea how you do that. There you go. You open it up like that, fold the peg up like this. So you have the shield kind of like that. So you kind of like open this part up, which is spring-loaded for some reason, and then there's this part that just kind of hangs off. And then apparently you take the sword and you take this part and you snap that on top of this to get that. Okay, so you have this kind of big thing going on. Alright. Next thing is you take the parts of the shield, which are these little spiky things, and we put these on the sides of the cannon? Okay, so you put those in like that. Okay, this is all very convoluted, much more convoluted than Maximus was. Maximus was pretty straightforward. This one has a lot of things you gotta do. Okay. But of course, being me, I'm obviously gonna memorize these with time, but for now, this is really complicated. Alright, so next thing here is we got these little parts from the shield again. And it seems like we snap those onto the sides of these again. So like to add extra bulk to these, I have no clue. This is very peculiar. Oh, and we have the spikes going down like that. Okay, so you have the spikes kind of facing upwards. This is all very complicated. Okay, so we put those in like that, and that's supposed to like make a tripod weapon thing? What is going on here? Okay, then we take part of the sword off. Looks like. Do the swords come off more? Yes, they do. Okay, so it seems like the blade splits apart, and you get these little like scythe pieces that apparently you snap onto the little ports on the side of the gun. What is going on? And which side are we looking at here? Oh, okay, so we're looking at the, wait, oh, I have the shields backwards. Okay, so those little pegs are supposed to be facing out. Okay. And then these go like that. Okay. Here we go. Now this is making a lot more sense. Alright, so I had these backwards. So you have, okay, so how I had them before is I had these little spiky parts facing forward, but apparently you're supposed to have them face back, and you're supposed to move these things a little bit, so that way we have these little, like, flat pegs sticking out, which are apparently supposed to peg into these, like that. Okay, so we peg them in like that. Alright. And then it seems like the last thing we do is then we take these little parts, which apparently are supposed to be guns of some kind, and we peg those onto the bottom of the sword pieces that we just took off of the blade. Okay, this looks very convoluted. What the heck is this supposed to be? So apparently this is supposed to be some kind of like weapon system for Dragonoid Infinity? What is happening here? Alright, and then we strap that to his neck. What? We peg it into his neck? That's weird. Alright, so apparently there's a port on the back of his neck. Let me show you guys. See, there's a little peg right there. Right there. There's a little peg right on his neck that this little peg here is supposed to attach into. And apparently that's supposed to be like his weapon. This is so weird. I'm sorry to say, guys, that this is really weird. Like, this is cool, but at the same time, this is weird because I have no idea what's happening. Okay, so then we put the guns down like that, and then these are supposed to, like, face forward? Like, what is happening here? Okay, so like that. Wait, do I have that on wrong? No, I don't have that on wrong. I have that on right. Okay. So that folds in like so. Okay, so then that kind of folds like that. Okay, here we go. All right. And then, oh god, and this is falling off. Okay, things are coming unpegged here. Okay, here we go. All right, this is a bit fiddly, but okay. Now we have a weapon system for Dragonoid Infinity, apparently. So this is like his weaponized Bakugan mode. Not gonna lie to you, this is really stupid. I'm sorry to say, I'm sorry, but I gotta be honest. This looks really stupid. Like, this mode, like, what is this? Is this, like, supposed to be some kind of gun? Like, what is happening here? I don't understand. Like, is this a gun? Is this a shield? Is this like an energy tank? Like, what is happening here? I have no clue what's going on, but either way, I'm sorry to say, but this is a dumb mode. This is really dumb. So, let's get this crap off him. Okay, because this looks really dumb. Why is this even a mode? I mean, I'm sorry to say, but this is just a silly mode. Like, and it's so pegged into his neck. God. Like, look at how long the peg is. It goes, like, that far into his neck. Like, what the heck is happening? Like, oh my god. Just stupid mode. Okay, so let's get back to Dragonoid Auxiliator here, because, as I said, he has some final gimmicks here for Dragonoid Infinity. So let's get this all back apart, and then we're gonna do some things to Dragonoid X Auxiliator here, as he has some gimmicks. Now let's hope that they're not as dumb as that mode, because I'm gonna be honest, that was really dumb. That was really stupid. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, for kids, it's cool, but for someone like me, that's really dumb. I'm going to be completely honest here on camera. That's really stupid. Alright, so let's get into Dragonoid X Auxiliator's gimmicks. Okay, so apparently you can weaponize him. So, it seems like he only has one weapon mode, apparently. Weird. Okay, so the weapon mode here entails basically taking this part and magnetizing this to his back, so this springs open like so. So this is actually supposed to spring open. It's not supposed to be a button press. You're supposed to magnetize it to him. That's supposed to spring open like that. And then you're supposed to attach this little fork thing, this thing, to his back? Like, where am I putting this? Okay, so apparently this is supposed to peg underneath the wings. Like, where am I putting this? Where does this go? What? Okay, so apparently you're supposed to, like, shove this, like, in his back of some kind, or some way? What is happening? Alright. So, are you supposed to lift his arms up, and they're supposed to fit under his arms? Like, what is... What? Okay, I am so confused. Where am I putting this? Do I just fit these around his arms? He's supposed to, like, kind of hold on to it? Like, what am I doing? Oh, okay, I notice now. There's little pegs. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there are little pegs coming off of the blade there. They're supposed to peg into his legs. Okay. I was like, wait, what am I doing here? Alright, so you peg those into his legs. And then that's supposed to be his Bakugan mode. Or whatever this is supposed to be. There's no name on the box that describes what this mode is. But, okay, this is supposed to be his Bakugan mode. This is his Bakugan mode. Not gonna lie, again, this looks really stupid. I'm sorry to say, again, but this is really dumb. Really, really dumb. And also, apparently, according to the box here, or the instructions... Hang on, I'm actually bringing the instructions in here. Maybe I should bring them in. Yeah, so you guys can see, right there. You can see, that's supposed to be his weapon mode. This is dumb! I'm sorry, but this is really stupid. Cool in, like, terms of the idea, but just really dumb. Why? Okay, and then the miniature parts are supposed to peg onto core figures. Okay. I'm sorry to say, guys, but Dragonoid Infinity, he's kind of a mixed bag. I mean, it's nice that you can peg figures into him. Like, you can peg in, like, Pegatrix and Dragonoid and Battle Planet figures on him. But the launcher gimmick's kind of weird. Like, you pull a switch and then his neck falls in and you're supposed to, like, launch the figure out. Again, great idea on the advertising. Like, the advertisements made this guy look a lot better than he was. I'm sorry, guys, to say, but this is kind of a mixed bag. I don't know. I like the idea and the look of this figure, but I think the gimmicks are just kind of silly. Like, I'm kind of let down. I was hoping this guy was going to have some kind of insane transformation gimmick like Maximus, but sadly, that doesn't seem to exist. He just kind of has just and then after you do all this with Dragonoid, you're just left with all these spare parts. Like, I don't know. Okay, let's move on to the last accessories, and then we're gonna move on from this toy because I'm kind of done with this figure now. So let's look at the cores here. As you guys can see, we do get 2 red Fire Fist cores, which on the back do have little things, little blurbs here on the back, so you get some little status effects there. And then we get a couple cards in the pack. So we get Dragonoid X Auxiliator Ultra, which I gotta say, the card art is really nice. Gotta say, this card art is amazing. Look at that. So there's Auxiliator right there. That's him. That's him right there. And then we have Dragonoid right there. So really cool art there. Gotta say, Bakugan's really improved on its art here. Next up, we have another card here. This is Vestroyer. This is a Bakugear gimmick. So apparently that's the name of this gimmick. The name of this black parts over here is it's called the Vestroyer. Cool name. I gotta say, I like the name of this, Vestroyer, because it's a reference to Vestroia, the home planet of the Bakugan. So that makes sense. I like that. Next, we have another ability card here. It's Aurelus Driller, which has, I think this is Trox X Cyrus, I think, on here, who is another figure you can get here. And he's Ventus and Aurelus. Oh, wait, no, that might actually be Auxiliator again. I have no clue. So, either way. So, cool art there. And then we have one last ability card here. This is Aurelus Sabers, which has, I think this is actually Hydrus X, who was this? Who's the other guy? Trino. Yeah, I think that's Trino there that he's fused with. So that's kind of cool. And he's kind of like throwing off some kind of blades of some kind from these gun sword launcher things. Cool stuff. So, there you go. There we have that. So I guess that was Dragonoid Infinity, guys. Kind of a letdown. I mean, this was a pretty hype figure. And I gotta say, I don't think this met the hype at all. Like I said, I'm sorry, guys, but I can't, now that I've seen the gimmicks of this figure, I don't really know if I really want to recommend you guys this figure. Because, I mean, great ideas here. Like, don't get me wrong. These are great ideas of, like, oh, you can do this thing with the figure, you can do this, you can do that. Like, that's all cool. But honestly, some of the motions look really dumb on this figure. I'm kind of let down at this point. Like, I was really excited for this figure. Like, when I saw this at Target, I was practically jumping out of my skin to see him out so early, or at least to me anyway. At least to me. Because I found him today, obviously. And I was really excited to get a hold of him. And now to find out these gimmicks are just kind of crap? Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, just good ideas, but I think poor execution. Hopefully the next one's better. I don't know. I don't have money to get the figure. Yeah. So, but yeah, if you guys are in a Bakugan, like, for my Bakugan fans out there, if you guys want to get this figure, like, more power to you, but I'm kind of let down with this figure. Like, I think the only real saving grace from this guy being crap is the fact that you actually get a decent bit of stuff in here. Like, you get 2 Bakugear that work exclusively with Dragonoid Infinity, over here, Dragonoid Infinity, works with him and other Bakugan, because they come apart, you can, like, snap them onto other Bakugan as, like, little accessories, which is nice, because that has the customization options. The figure themselves look really good. I mean, Dragonoid X Auxiliator looks amazing. Like, it really does look like Dragonoid and this Auxiliator creature are fused together perfectly. Like, you can see little parts of Auxiliator, little parts of Dragonoid on him. And then Infinity just looks awesome. I mean, he's just huge. I mean, look at that. Compared to Dragonoid X Auxiliator, I mean, he just towers over him. Like, there's still that size factor, and he's really well detailed. Like, I mean, look at that. He's so well painted, so well molded. But, and even the paint on this kind of, like, Infinity Gauntlet part on his chest looks really nice. But again, the gimmicks are just kind of poop. Gotta be honest with you guys. The gimmicks are kind of poop. And on top of that, he doesn't pop open like Dragonoid Maximus does off in the corner there. There he is, Dragonoid Maximus. So, kind of let down here, guys. I mean, I'm not saying that I regret making the purchase of this figure. I mean, it's great that I have him. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm happy to have the figure. It's just the gimmicks are just really kind of bottom of the barrel. Like, he doesn't do very much. He looks really good, and the gimmicks are kind of okay, but he doesn't do very much. So, I don't know. I guess get this figure if you want to add him to your collection, my Bakugan people. Other than that, I would say stay away from this guy. Gotta be honest. Stay away from this figure. Because he's kind of meh. Anyway, so with him out of the way, let's move on to the next multi-pack, I guess. So here we have it. This is the Bakugan Armor Alliance multi-pack, which as you can see has Treacherous Ultra in it. It has a new Baku Fusion. Actually, I have this upside down. Whoopsie. Oh wait, no, it's not upside down. I did have it upright. Okay. It has Pegatrix X Gorine Ultra in there, which is right there. I have no idea why they're upside down, but yeah, I think something happened in the factory. I think that's actually got put in the wrong way. So, but yeah, so I guess product defects, yay! Anyway, so we also get 2 new Bakugan in here, which, as we'll see on the back, actually, who those are. And we get exclusive Baku gear in this, yada yada yada. On the back, we can see Treacherous right there, who is this new troll Bakugan kind of thing. We have Simoga, this brand new snake creature. It's apparently supposed, the name comes from a Bakugan player, who was a very well known Bakugan. He's a YouTuber, and he was I think he won one of the tournaments, I believe, and his name was Simu, and then they named him Zamoga after him, which is kind of cool. That's actually kind of nice that they named him after a very prevalent Bakugan person in the fandom. Anyway, then we got Pegatrix X Gorine right here, which does look really cool. And then we have a new Howlcore X Ramparian figure, which, gotta say, the colors look okay, but what is going on with this guy? Anyway, so let's crack this sucker open, and let's see how he looks. But first, I need to get Dragon Infinity out of the way. Because, oh god, I could barely even fit him in the corner of my room where I keep all my stuff. Oh god. Oh jeez. Okay, so let's see if I can fold him up. There we go. We just kind of fold him up, okay, and then we just kind of stuff him over here, okay. So there's Dragon Infinity there, right on top of the shelf. Let me actually get the camera, so you guys can see what's going on here if the figure wouldn't pop open. My Dragon Maximus, oh god. Maximus, behave yourself, stay closed, oh god. Okay, this is really... Okay, come on! Stop popping apart! Just stay closed! Behave yourself, come on. Are you kidding me? What is going on with your wings, buddy? Okay, there you go. I was about to say, why don't you close them? Anyway, so you have Dragon Infinity up on my shelf there. He actually looks quite good. Let me actually get lighting in there, if I could. Do I have a light source on hand? No. Okay. So, yeah, he's right there, as you guys can see. Dragon Infinity. And there's Maximus right there. So, there you go. Alright, so let me just clear up my desk real quick here because it's getting all messy over here. Because I got my Beyblades over here. I got the instructions over here for Infinity. And then I got all these other things. Like, oh god, I got all kinds of crap going on here. Alright, so sometimes I really think, guys, that I have way too many toys in my house. And most of them aren't even from... And, like, me and my dad both are just toy fanatics. If you guys can't tell, like, me and my dad just love toys and collectibles and stuff because our house is filled with them. I mean, there is not one part of my room that isn't filled with some kind of toy or some kind of techie thing. It's crazy, honestly. It's absolutely just maddening. Anyway, so let me get my snips, and let's open this guy up. All right, come on. Open up, you. Okay, a little piece of tape up on the top. Okay. Do we have a little piece of tape on the side? Uh-huh. Yep. And of course, my battery's gonna die. I have no idea how. It was just 100% a few moments ago. Now all of a sudden, it's close to dying right now. What is happening? So, alright, let's open this up. Okay, if I can actually open it up without ripping the box. Not that it matters. It's not like I collect these things or anything. So... you know, as long as the merch inside is still kept well, I should be good. Okay, come on. Open, darn you! Let my figures be free. Alright, so... okay, here we go. There we go. Now we can get into the merch. Alright, here we go. Now we're in business. Alright, so we got the figures here. We have instructions right there. We have the instruction packet for all the little things in there. But let's get the figures out and let's take a look at them. So let me just open up first Goring right there and get out his little Bakugan, which it doesn't say what the name of the Bakugan is on the box. So I kind of just have to guess what it does, I guess. Either that or I'd actually have to watch the show, which at this point, it's kind of hit or miss on the show, honestly. It's kind of hit or miss. Because obviously the show's on Netflix, but I'm like, do I really want to pay money to watch this show? I don't know. I mean, they do have free episodes on YouTube, so I could just watch that, but no thank you. I think I've seen enough from Battle Planet. I don't think I want to watch the Armor Alliance show, sadly. Because I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, let me read the comments real quick. Rita is reviewing the universe of how many toys he has. That I am, at this point. I mean, actually, there's some toys I haven't even reviewed yet. Like, well, not really toys at this point, but more like just little things. Like, what's it? Like, there's a, whatchamacallit? There's my Pokemon card collection. Almost said Bakugan card collection. Pokemon card collection. I do have that. If you guys want me to review that at some point, I do have that I could review. There is my Transformer collection, which isn't very much, but I could review that for you guys. So there are things I can review. It's just I'm reviewing things that I can generally speak about. Like, I can generally talk about for at least like 30 minutes to an hour or so. So, let me just crack these suckers open. Okay, Pegatrix, of course, is not coming out, which is a problem. So if you could please come out of your packaging and be free, I would be very happy. Ooh, we're getting some crunches. We're getting some crunches. Okay. Come on. Come on. Get out of the box. Okay, she is not coming out. Okay, I might need to actually cut the box. I might need to cut the box just so I can get her out. Okay. And I cut all the snips, so why is she so tightly packed in here? Good God. Okay, I'm going to try to cut the box here. Just so you guys don't have to hear too much crunching going on, because there's a lot of crunching probably in the audio right now. Oh yeah, that's probably what you guys are hearing right now. It's just a bunch of crunching going on. Okay, there we go. Finally got Pegatrix out. Okay, and of course she's not sitting right. Oh, jolly gee. This is gonna be good. Oh, God. Okay, please don't tell me you just broke in the box. I hope you didn't. Anyway, so then we have, let's see, I'm gonna snip this part. Okay, so I can get these little back gears out. Why are they so tightly packed? I gotta say, like, Spin Master, why are you packing your stuff so tight? Like, is there a problem with, like, stealing or something? Like, why are they so tight? Like, my God. Like, I can barely get these little things out of the box. Like, they're just little plastic pieces. Like, how tight do you need them to be in the box? Like, how tight did they vacuum seal it? Good God. I can barely get them out of there. This is insane. Okay. This is actually crazy. Like, how tight do we need this to be? Like, it's just Bakugan fingers. Like, how tight do you need this box? Okay. Come on! Come on! Open up, darn you. Jeez. Okay. Snip. There we go. Come on. Please come loose now. Please come loose. Please don't tell me I have to just practically just tear the box apart just to get you out of there. There we go. Oh, God. That took way too much effort. Way too much effort that needed to be done. And the last figure. Oh, God. Okay, now that that's been done, and now I just spent, like, half an hour, it felt like, just getting that box open. Let's get the card pack open. Let's hope this one's less hectic as the other one. Alright, so I'm not going to review all the cards in this pack because there's way too many cards in here. And plus, you guys don't want to probably see all that, do you? So anyway, I'm just going to show the cards of the main figures in the set. I'm not going to bother with ability cards or anything like that, because there's way too many of them for this segment. So I'm just going to cut it down to just the main figures in the set. So I guess we'll start off with Treaderous, starting off with his card, which is here. So here's Treaderous, as you guys can see in his Bakugan form. Those look quite cool. Do like him. He's very nicely detailed there. And he's in some kind of like electrical complex or something. Like, what is this art here? What is going on here? What is he doing? Anyway, so let's get him onto frame. So here he is. This is Traitorous. And I gotta say, he is quite a big guy, as you guys can see. Let's start off with that face. It does look quite nice. Again, it's hard to see any detail because of just how small those eyes are, but there are tiny little pupils detailed in there, if you guys can see. But there are little pupils detailed in there in the black. And then you have his lower jaw colored here in the gold. Then we have the arms right there, which are very... He has little fingers right there, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4 fingers right there on each hand. You got his lower torso here, which is very nicely picked out in this gold. And then we have his little feetsies right here, which again are very nicely detailed. Nice little back panel with this gold part right there. And then we have the Aurelus logo on this little tail flap. So there is Traitorous. You guys can see he's kind of a hunchback, kind of a troll little thing. So apparently he comes with Bakugan, which let me show you guys what that looks like. Kind of looks like a little helicopter or something. Looks kind of funky. So apparently this goes on his back like this. Oh, it is supposed to be like a little helicopter thing. Okay, it's like a little gun of some kind, like some kind of little helicopter. Okay, that's interesting. I haven't seen a Bakugan like that yet. And apparently there's these little spiky things as well that you're supposed to like strap onto his arms, apparently. So you're given like these little spiky fists. Which, okay, that kind of looks nice. Alright, and there you go. There is Traitorous, fully Bakugan up. Gotta say, he does look quite nice with Bakugan on. I do quite like it. Let's move him off to the side, and let's take a look at Pegatrix X... Who is this? Pegatrix X Goring. Okay, and apparently, yes, he did kind of break in the box. So apparently one of his springs got messed up. So one second here, I'm going to get a pair of tweezers, because there's a little piece of the spring that's come undone. And I can just barely push that back into place so it'll actually open properly. So let's see if I can do it. Should just take just a little bit of tweezing, and I should be able to get that spring back. So let's see if I can do it. Oh, come on. You are kidding me. Just gotta push that little spring back up and into place. That's literally all I've got to do, and then he transforms perfectly. That's all it's broken on. Is this little spring. I just somehow managed to get pushed out of the box. I have no idea what I did. As I was being careful when opening him, so I don't know how the spring pushed so far out to the point where now his arm sticks out in this kind of stupid little mode thing he got going on now. So maybe my little screwdriver can push it in? Come on. Come on, get in there. Get in there. Get in there. Oh, God. Oh, you're kidding me. No! Please do not tell me you are broken out of the box. Please do not tell me that right now. So that's my worst fear, is that he might be broken just out of the box. He's just busted. Please don't tell me that's the situation I'm in right now. Because I would hate to have a broken figure right out of the box. You are kidding me. Okay. Oh, I managed to get the spring to move. Okay, but where did it move? I don't see where it moved. Where'd it go? Did it go inside of the plastic? Please don't tell me it did that. Well, it's not like I can unscrew it either, so I might actually be kind of in a pickle here. I might just have a broken figure. God, please do not let that be the case. Do not let that be the case. Where my figure's just completely broken. There's nothing I can do. Do not tell me that's what I'm dealing with here. Because I will be so upset if my figure is absolutely just broken out of the box. I mean, that is insane if that's the case. Okay, I guess... Alright, I guess we'll just kind of move on with that. I'll have to fix that later, but anyway. So, this is the Pegatrix X Goring figure. So, here we have that. So, there you go. As long as I don't move him too much, the arm shouldn't move out of place like it is. But either way, she looks great in her closed form. The wings are a lot smaller on this one than it was the other Pegatrix version. The legs are kind of shorter, so let's take a close look at that face. which that face is quite nice. Nice gold paint on the face there and on the horn of the Pegasus head. Looks quite nice there. We do have this kind of back panel that's kind of referencing Gorene's look. We do have kind of this, we do have the wings back here, which again are a lot smaller this time around. Nicely detailed. And also you do have Aquos and Aurelus on each wing. Aurelus on the left wing, and then Aquos on the right. Okay, and then we have the gold tail going on. So, and as you guys can see, right there, see the spring is just in this weird position to the point where, as you can see on like her other arm, it kind of pushes out a lot farther than it really should. So yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that off camera because that's a definite problem. So, but there you go. So that is Pegatrix X Gorene Ultra, which, by the way, let me actually bring in the original figures to compare. Let me actually bring in Pegatrix for Armored Alliance, and then we'll bring in the Battle Planet Gorene that those figures are based on. And let's see just how accurate they got with this figure. Let's see just how well they actually did. Taking two completely different figures that completely aren't related to each other and bringing them into one figure. Let's see how well they did. So, here is the original Armored Alliance Ultra Pegatrix, which I do have her Bakugan gear on still. So here she is right there, so you guys can see the difference between those two figures. Right there, so you can see the difference there between the two. And then let's bring in Gorene. So that way we can see him as well. So there is my darkest Gorene right there. So you guys can see. That's what she's supposed to be based on. So yeah, in terms of the looks there, you can definitely see the little gem right there. I guess that's supposed to be reference to Gorene. Right there, like that little gem there. Oh wait, I think there was a gem on his tail or something that looked similar to this one, I think, somewhere. Was it on his back? Was it on his head? No, okay. But I know there's like a little gem somewhere that looks very similar to the one on her backside here. But yeah, she definitely kind of has like that kind of bulky front forearms like Gorene does. Kind of has like that gold of the Aurelus version that it's supposed to be based on. So all in all, I think they got it down pretty well. And I gotta grab my charger real quick because my phone's literally about to die right now. And I don't want it to die in the middle of the filming because that would be terrible. Because then I'll have to re-record the whole episode again. So, one second guys, I gotta quickly grab my phone battery and my charger because my phone's about to die. Oh god. Alright guys, sorry about that. I am back. So let me just get the charger plugged in before my phone decides to go kaput on me, because that would suck if it did that. Alright, and we are charged, but of course I'm going to have to keep this at a weird angle, just hold the phone. There we go. So you guys can see right there, that was the Pegatrix and Gorene fusion figure right there. So let's get these two out of the way. And let's get in the card next for these two. So you get that. So you guys can see what that looks like. So you can see there's Pegatrix there, and that's Gorene right there. Looks really cool. Quite dig it. This says, yes, Evan, this is my phone camera. You are correct. This is my phone camera. This is from my iPhone SE that I'm recording this on. That's a really good phone camera. Thank you. I appreciate that. It is a pretty decent camera, isn't it? Not the best camera in the world, but it does the job. So I guess next up here is Simoga, which let's bring the card in first for Simoga. As you can see, it's like a snake kind of thing. Quite nice looking. Kind of like the face going on. Kind of reminds me of like Black Panther crossed with a dragon or a lizard of some kind. Looks pretty cool. So let's bring in a Bakugan here. And let's open him up. Let's see. Oh, wow. Okay, this looks really nice. So let's go look at this figure here. Let's start off with that face. Look at that. Now, if that doesn't look snake-like or evil-looking, I mean, that looks really cool. And then we have these little claw things right here, which definitely give me vibes of Fear Ripper. So I do quite like that. They're kind of like the little gnashy claws there. Those are quite nice. We do have these kind of like back wing panels on the back here. As you guys can see, it has this little peg up at the back of the base of the neck. And then we have pegs right there on the wings. And then we have this little tail going on. It's kind of like a little beaver tail. So, does look quite good, actually. Do quite like this. So there we go. That is Simoga. As you guys can see, it does take up a good bit of real estate in terms of its open form. So the last Bakugan we have in the set here, before I move on to Beyblade, is Howlcore and Ramparian, which as you guys can see, Ramparian right there is this dinosaur-looking thing, and then right here is Howlcore himself, which does look quite nice. So it's nice that they have these cards here that actually show both figures what they look like, or at least in their monster forms anyway. So apparently it's supposed to be based off of Pyrus Ramparian and a Darkus Howlcore. Okay, so it's Darkus and Pyrus, which, oh god, let me tell you, the metagame for this thing, in terms of the competitive scene, it's going to be a nightmare. I can already tell. So here's the ball form. Let's actually bring that in. I haven't showed that yet, the ball forms of these things. Those look quite nice. Again, I like the black, the orange, and the red here. Those look quite nice. So let's open him up and let's see what he looks like. Oh, okay, so that's his tail and he kind of like springs forward. Okay. So here he is. He does look quite nice. You guys can see with the Cerberus heads up at the front. And I like how they're kind of squished in here. Like, two are up here and then there's like one kind of right down there. It's just kind of... It looks like he peed on the floor and got in trouble for it. He kind of looks sad. Anyway, then we have these little front nubby legs right there. Which he has no back legs. So yes, he does. He has back legs right here. And then we have these like little shield things going on the sides here. Those look quite nice. And we have this little floppy tail that kind of comes over and snaps in. Okay. So very interesting activation for a core. I do quite like it though. So there you go. So there is Howlcore X Ramparian. Does look quite nice. Alright, Evan, thank you for watching the stream. I hope you can at a later time watch the full coverage of the video. Because there are some stuff that you did miss, and if you want to watch that, then I recommend it. Even though, again, like I said, I just did come home from the store right now. Like, I literally just came home from the store when I started recording, so I am still a little bit tired right now, and a little bit, hyper as well, because it's my first time out in a while. So I do apologize if I am a little bit kind of hyper, or if I'm kind of, bouncing all over the place. But then again, I'm like that all the time, so why am I even bringing this up? Anyway, so let me quickly organize my stuff here, because my setup is dirty right now. I got boxes all over the place, I got figures all over the place, I got things going on. So let me quickly organize my stuff here and get things kind of cleaned up, and then we'll take a look at the Beyblade stuff next. So, I guess in the meantime, whilst I'm doing this, I guess we can just have Pegatrix here to just have something to look at whilst I'm doing that. Alright, so as I said, cleaning up the area here, making it a little bit easier for me to film, and then we're going to finish up this review with Beyblade stuff, and then after this I will be going on to be doing some gameplay today with my brand new piece of Metroid merch, which surprisingly to me wasn't actually a figure. It's actually something even better, which you guys will see once I get the video up. And if you see on my update on Discord, then you already know what that is. But for my YouTube friends, you guys don't know what it is. But let me tell you, it's pretty cool. So, like I said, I'll talk to you guys more after that. Cleaning the stuff up. Oh jeez. Oh boy. Okay. All right. These out. Okay. Alright guys, so now that I've got my... Right as I say that, Dragon Maximus starts acting up. Really, right as I start saying that. Are you kidding me? Dude, just stay closed. That's all I'm asking you. Just stay closed. Thank you. Okay, anyway. Sorry about that, guys. Dragon Maximus is being a douchebag to me right now. Let's get into the Beyblade stuff. So let me get Pegatrix Ultra out of the way. Oh, God. Boy, do I have some stuff I have to do after the stream. Anyway, so let's get the Beyblades out. Starting with the first one. We're going to start off with starter packs here. We have Royal Genesis G5, which is based on Regalia Genesis, who was a pretty interesting Beyblade. It was the first Beyblade to feature electric parts in its construction, which is amazing. So you flip a switch and it would turn on, and then it would kind of kick on, and basically it was super broken. Obviously, it wasn't allowed competitive, but in terms of like just general toy design, really cool to see Beyblades with electronic parts. Obviously, with Hasbro's, though, they did strip that, along with a couple other gimmicks, which I'll get into once we actually get the toy out of the box. But either way, looking at the back of the box, we do have the chip there, Genesis. Then we do have the layer base, Regalia. We do have the disc, which is, I believe, Lore, I'm pretty sure. And then we have the driver, which is Hybrid. So, pretty cool stuff. So let's get him out of the box, and let's take a look at him. If, of course, the phone would actually stay on my stand. Thank you. Okay. So let's pop it open. So I'm not going to bother showing you guys the launchers in this video just because you've seen them, and if you've seen my other reviews or have seen any Beyblade review ever, then you will have seen what the launchers look like. It's pretty much the same launcher that we get every time. So I'm not going to bother with that. Instead, I'm just going to show you the main toy and the gimmicks of Regalia Genesis, which I almost called it a Bakugan. Beyblade is actually quite interesting in terms of what it's based on. So I actually might have to pull up my computer here so I can actually get up what it's based on, because it actually has a really surprisingly deep lore as to what it's based on. Or at least to me it seems like deep lore. Maybe not, maybe it won't be for you guys, but for me it's pretty deep. So let's start off with the chip here, starting with that. Here it is. So this is the Genesis chip, which as you guys can see is very interestingly dragon-like. Now, on the original model, this chip was not removable. This was permanent to the layer base. You couldn't swap it out with any other parts. But because this is Hasbro, you can swap this out with other layers. You could make, like, Union Genesis, or you could make Slash Genesis, or something like that. You could do stuff like that. But on the original, you couldn't do that. So... oh no, very nicely detailed. So you guys can see nice gold and red right there. Sucks that we have these little holes here that kind of break up the image of what it's supposed to be, because, oh god. If they weren't there, this would look a whole lot better. Alright, moving on to the layer base. Here we have Genesis right here. So again, originally this was all one piece. You would have Regalia and Genesis together like that. And this clear part right here was actually metal, which is really cool. So the main gimmick with this Beyblade, getting mixed up with Bakugan again, was that it had what was called the infinite lock system, where basically it could spin all the way around without bursting. And as you guys know with Beyblade, if the tabs go up here and they slide down, it will burst, depending on which configuration and which rotation the Beyblade's in. But on this one, it would just spin all the way around and it would never burst. However, the way you could burst it is with buttons. So on the side here, these would actually be buttons. And when the center of the Beyblade changed color, only then when it changed color, which I believe in the original Japanese it was red, if you hit the buttons on the sides, on top and bottom, it would burst. Only then could you burst it. Other than that, you could hit it as many times as you want and it would never burst, which was insane for the time. Nowadays, we have crazier gimmicks now, but at the time, this was absolutely, like, revolutionary, as no other Beyblade really did that, where it just kind of clicked all the way around, like it could be on the driver and it would just spin all the way around like this, and it wouldn't burst or come apart, which was insane. Anyway, moving away from that, let's move on to the disc. So the disc here, oh, we actually get a different disc with this one. This is not Lore, this is SW. What is SW? Hang on, let me crack open my computer here, because I have no idea what the name of this piece is, as I've never seen this before. So maybe this is a new disc exclusive to the Hasbro model? I have no idea. Because I think the original one... Oh yeah, because the original came with hybrid. It didn't come with a disc. I forgot to mention that too. The original didn't come with a disc. It was just the layer and the driver. So what in God's name could this disc be? Let's look that up right now. So, and funny thing is, I didn't even know this was coming out for Hasbro. Like, I knew that they were making an Apocalypse version of this toy. Its brother, its mold brother, Prime Apocalypse, or sister in this case, Prime Apocalypse. But that one comes with the original parts on that, minus the frame. But this one comes with a whole new disc, so I have no idea what that could be. So let's look it up on the Beyblade Wiki. Okay, so apparently this disc is called Swipe. That's what the name of the disc is called. It's called Swipe. Okay, so looks very similar to Lore. Let me actually go grab Lore from Cosmo Kraken, so you guys can see what that looks like, because it looks so similar to that disc. And no wonder why I mistaked it for that disc. It looks so similar. Alright guys, so I'm back, and let me get the lore disc from Cosmo Kraken there. As you guys can see, they look so similar, right? Like, I could see this being an evolution or an upgrade to lore, because they look so similar. They're practically the same disc. Okay, anyway, with that being said, let's get into the driver. The driver here is called Hybrid. Now, again, on the original model, this was a electric model driver, which was insane because it was the first time that we had electric parts in Beyblade. So what you would do is you would come to the top here, and there would be a switch like right about here. You'd flick the switch, and there would be a light that would come on, and it had this metal band that went around it. And basically, when you launched it, it would kick on, and it would basically make it spin around like crazy in the stadium, making it super like impossible to hit, let alone burst because of the infinite lock. But anyway, this driver, this time around, doesn't have the electric anymore. Neither does it have the metal band or the nice details anymore. So, kind of a letdown. But either way, I'm still glad we got the toy. I mean, they could have just not released this at all. But either way, I'm happy to have it. So here we have her. Regalia Genesis. Now, let me go back and, or Royal Genesis in the Hasbro name. Which, again, I'm not calling it by that name. I'm calling it by its Japanese name, just for simplicity's sake. Regalia Genesis. So, the lore of this thing, let me go into it. So, it's like a dragon kind of thing. But it's kind of weird because its original name, Regalia Genesis, the G was replaced with some kind of stylized Y for some reason. So, it was Regalia Genesis, essentially. Which, again, I believe that's supposed to be a reference to, like, Gamma or something in, like, Greek lore or some kind? I have no idea. Anyway, let me see if I can find it right here on the webpage of what it's based on. Let's see. Regalia Genesis' name is a combination of regalia, an emblem or insignia of royalty, and Genesis, the origin of life depicted in the Bible. Holy crap, okay. Regalia Genesis' avatar has two forms, a sealed one and a dragon. Genesis' seal form and unsealed dragon form is a reference to the winged dragon of Ra in the first Yu-Gi-Oh! What? It has a Yu-Gi-Oh! Reference in this? I didn't know that. That's actually really cool. What? That's crazy. Okay, but either way, so apparently this Beyblade is supposed to be based on the origin of life. Japan, calm down, okay? Just because this is a really fancy looking top doesn't mean you have to make it like, oh, this is based on the origin of life. Like, holy crap, Beyblade. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the fact that Beyblade's just crazy as it is, but apparently this is supposed to be like the god of life of some kind? Like, what is this? Like, very interesting, because in the anime, this Beyblade is evil. I know, shocker. The beautiful, elegant Beyblade is the evil guy. Great, along with its mold brother, Prime Apocalypse, who I will be getting soon, as he does come out in the US in a stadium set. So if I can get my hands on that, I will review that. And it also comes in a new, pack or something? That's apparently comes with a launcher of some kind. Either way, if I can get my hands on those, I will review those, because these guys are quite cool Beyblades. But there you go. So there is Regalia or Royal Genesis. Do quite like the look of them. So, and again, it's apparently supposed to be the Beyblade of life or something. Like, again, Japan, calm down. You don't need to be naming your tops after, like, the embodiment of life or something. Like, holy crap. First it was demons, now it's the embodiment of life itself. Like, when will they stop? Like, where will they stop? I mean, jeez. And not to mention, Beyblade, I think, has just way too many demon Beyblades. Like, for example, Diabolos, what was it? What was the other one? Inferno Ifrit. Like, holy cow, like, how many demons are we gonna have in here? And apparently, there's gonna be another Diabolos coming out, which I showed you guys in a previous video in my Ultimate Collection Beyblade review. Which I will have to do an update of that at some point, especially now with the new stuff in. I will have to do an update of that. Obviously not now, but at a later point I'm going to have to do another review of these, of my collection. But holy crap, I mean, Beyblade's just getting crazier by the second. And as much as I am ranting, I quite love it. The fact that it's just getting crazier and crazier with each and every season. Like, what's next? We're going to have, like, what's next? So we're going to have, like, genocide or something going on? Like, what the heck? Well, actually, there was a Beyblade that was rumored to have the name Genocide Hydra, which, thank God they actually changed this, because genocide? That's a little much. I mean, Japan, like, seriously, calm down. Anyway, so let me get my launcher out of here, and then we'll get in the next two Beyblades, and we'll cover those next. So, BRB. Alright, so now I got that out of the way, let's get in the next Beyblade for the review, which is going to be Myth Odax 05, aka Knockout Odin. Now, I was very shocked when I saw this in the store because I had not seen anything. Nothing from any of my Beyblade YouTubers, nothing about this Beyblade. So this is kind of a shocker of a release. Either way, this is supposed to be the evolution of Odin, which is a Beyblade that we have not heard from since 2016. That was the last version upgrade of this character. And now in 2020, we're finally getting an upgrade. Jeez, took them long enough, but either way, I'm happy to see that Odin's getting another upgrade, because Odin was a very popular character, so I'm very happy to see that the Odin fans are getting the treatment they deserve, getting an evolution of Odin. But either way, let's open him up and let's take a look at him. But first, actually, let's take a look at the back. So right there, we have the chip, which is Odin, the back, which is the layer base, which is Knockout. We have the disc, which is 1-, I believe. And they have the driver, which is Destroy Hypersphere. So let's get him out of the box and let's take a look at him. And of course, for this one, I will be bringing in the previous evolutions to compare, so you guys can see how far this Beyblade has come since 2016's Obelisk Odin, which was, again, many, many years from nowadays. But I'm glad that we got him anyway. He's a welcomed addition to my collection. So let's open him up here. If I can just get my scissors to open it. If I could just... Okay, that works. That works too. Okay. So with that out of the way, let's start off with the chip, which is Odin. So here it is. This is Odin. As you guys know, Odin was a very prevalent god in Greek mythology. He was the creator of the Valkyries, and he is very, very cool. I do quite like him in here. So you guys can see right up there on the lower corner, you can see his beautiful face right there, with these nice kind of metal, kind of like electric details going on here, which those are quite sharp looking. And then we have this little blue part here, which let me explain this blue part. This is actually supposed to be what's it called? This is supposed to be a gen weight. Yeah, a gen weight, which if you guys don't remember my Dread Bahamut review, it was originally supposed to be a rubber piece that will go on the inside of the they'll go on the inside of the chips. That would basically make them more difficult to burst at the cost of weight. That's the only thing. So there you go. That is Odin. Now let's take a look at the layer base, which is Knockout. Now I will say Knockout is quite small and quite round, especially for being an attack type. I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks fierce, but like this is so round and so clear, you can barely see the detail on this thing. But nonetheless, it does have very nice molded details on the sword. So let me actually get a close up of that. So you guys can see like these little like molded insignias, kind of like these ancient runes engraved into the sword, which does look quite nice. And then we have these little silver parts here, which I believe on the Japanese were actually metal, I'm pretty sure. Either that or it was just metallic paint. Either way, looks really cool. So that is Knockout. Next we get the one disc right there, one dash disc, which I believe the original did actually come with the one dash disc. I'm fairly certain it did. But either way, this was originally released with Buster Excalibur back in Chozi, so nice to see this disc come back in GT. Which is which came after God, so that was 2017? Yeah, 2017. There you go. Then next we have the driver. The driver is called Destroy, as I said before. So Destroy is pretty much the same as the one that we get with Longinus, what is it? Nightmare Longinus, except now it is hypersphered version. So no more free spinning plate. Has the star tip though, and this part is way thicker than the original Destroy. So let me actually go get off camera here real quick, and I'm gonna go grab the other versions of Odin to compare. With the brand spanking new Knockout Odin, which as I'm looking at it right now, this is a whole lot smaller than it really should be. As I think Obelisk might actually be bigger, but we're gonna find out right now. So I'm gonna grab them. Alright guys, again for comparison, if I actually put the Beyblade together, here we go, that might help. So I put the Beyblade together, like that. Okay, so first we're going to bring in the original Odin from the single layer system, from the burst system, back in 2015, I should say, burst system version. So you guys can see how those two look. Quite a different design. I mean, you can still see kind of the origins of the ovular shape and the spikes going up the sides. Kind of looks like Sonic's ball form if you look at it too much. It kind of looks like Sonic in his like spinning ball form, kind of to me. And then next we have Obelisk Odin, the dual layer version back in 2016. And now we have compared to 2020's Knockout Odin. And as you guys can see, the swords have shifted significantly. Instead of being here kind of on the sides, they're now big sword on the top, big sword on the bottom. Which, ooh, these swords are going to do a lot of damage, let me tell you. Or at least I hope. And as you guys can see, they're relatively around the same size. Only Slash Valkyrie and Regalia Genesis, which I'm going to bring in Regalia Genesis here for comparison. As you guys can see, Regalia Genesis is actually, yeah, it's definitely a bit bigger, I think, than Odin. The camera doesn't show that, as the camera's making it out to be that this guy's bigger. But just in terms of the size, yeah, Regalia is just a hair bit bigger than Knockout Odin. I mean, wow. I mean, they made him smaller. Just kind of weird. Either way, he has a really cool Beyblade, so I do quite like him. So that is Knockout Odin. I do quite like him. Glad that we got an upgrade, but again, he feels just a bit too small compared to the promotional pictures that make him out to be a little bigger. Either way, so let's move on to the last Beyblade and the last toy for this review. This is a Hasbro exclusive design. Again, this is Morigna M5. And Morigna looks quite nice. I'm going to move the camera here so you guys can see. It's supposed to be some kind of like witch of some kind? No clue what it's based on, but either way, it looks really funky. So, excuse me, I had to scratch my nose there. And, of course, I'm holding the phone, so I can't scratch it with my phone holding hand, so I had to scratch it with my toy holding hand. Great. Anyway, so you guys can see kind of like the bird details going around the layer there. You can kind of see the disc there, 11, and the brand new driver, which I don't remember the name of this, so I'm going to have to look that up after once I actually get them out of the box. So here we have the layer right there. As you guys can see, it says spins right up there. It's defense type, Marigna M5, which I should say Marigna is not new. This was released in Cho Z and slash Beyblade Turbo, except the colors were just different. So I should say that this is actually just a re-release of an older Beyblade, which sadly I cannot get my hands on the original, just because it's just been more expensive to find it since Marigna M4, the original model, is quite hard to find in stores these days. But if I can definitely find them, the original, I will certainly get it. Anyway, so we have the disc there and the driver, which you guys can see. So let's get this single out of the box, and let's take a look at Marigna. I'm quite happy to have it, because I was actually looking for this version some time ago before COVID happened. And I'm glad that finally, after months of waiting to get out of the house, I finally found it right in the Target. For only like $5, I think it was. Really cheap. Either way, so here we have the Beyblade out of the box, which of course you guys can't see, so why did I bother saying that? But either way, let's get the Beyblade on camera, starting with the layer. So here's the layer, Marigna M5. Now again, those look quite funky. I do like these kind of like bird details going on. I do like the crow that's kind of in the middle. And I like the silver and the purple and the black. I think they look very well together. And this definitely looks like a defense type, as it's very, very round in its silhouette. It's very rounded. I do quite like it. And it is quite hefty too. So it does have some weight to it. So that is Marigna M5, or M4, I should say. Or just Marigna, actually. Yeah. Next we have the disc, which is 11. We already saw this with the Achilles back in Turbo. So, nice to see a reissue there. Then lastly we have the driver, which again I do not recognize. So let me quickly look it up on my computer here and see what it is. Marigna M5. Banshee. The driver is called Banshee, apparently. So, interesting name, and that's spelled with 2 E's, Banshee, as you guys can see on screen right there. So you guys can see right there. Banshee, right there. So, very interesting name there, Banshee. But either way, it's very rounded, kind of reminds me of the Power Hypersphere driver. A lot, just a little bit thinner, and with different details. But either way, there you go. So there you have Marigna M5. I do quite like the look of this Beyblade. Does look quite nice. Well, alright guys, with that, that's going to be it for today's video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please smash my like button, subscribe, and subscribe with your notifications on if you're new. Well, and of course, if you're a returning viewer, then obviously like and subscribe. Well, not like and subscribe, like turn notifications on if you haven't already. Or just smash a like if you already have notifications on. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I will see you guys in just a bit with some gameplay video.